Hello Man United fans. You are welcome to the home of Manchester United Daily News. Manchester United squad versus Real Betis as two key players miss out. Manchester United will be without Antony and Anthony Martial for the second leg of their last 16 Europa League tie with Real Betis. Antony didn't train with the rest of his United teammates at Carrington on Wednesday. Martial did train on Wednesday morning, but he is still to make a matchday squad a week after returning to training from his latest injury setback, and he won't be involved against Betis either. But Victor Lindelof and Marcel Sabitzer are both available after returning to the squad. Lindelof missed the Southampton game through illness, and Sabitzer has missed a couple of games with a minor injury. Nathan Bishop, Zidane Iqbal and Kobbie Mainoo trained on Wednesday but aren't included in the squad. Alejandro Garnacho is also absent after sustaining an ankle ligament injury at the weekend. Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes are both included in the squad as expected, but they are also on 2 yellow cards in Europe this season, so if they pick up another booking against Betis they will miss the first leg of the quarterfinal if United progress. Ten Hag's side are in a commanding position, having won the first leg 4-1 at Old Trafford last week, thanks to goals from Marcus Rashford, Antony, Fernandes and Wout Weghorst. The confirmed squad members are De Gea, Heaton, Butland, Wan-Bissaka, Dalot, Varane, Maguire, Lindelof, Martinez, Shaw, Malaysia, Casemiro, McTominay, Sabitzer, Fred, Fernandes, Elanga, Pellistri, Sancho, Rashford, Weghorst. Lisandro Martinez sends message to Erik ten Hag amid Manchester United midfield crisis. Manchester United centre-back Lisandro Martinez has refused to rule out the prospect of stepping into midfield amid Casemiro's upcoming suspension. The latter, who manager Erik ten Hag has confirmed will feature in Thursday night's Europa League last 16 second-leg clash with Real Betis despite being at risk of another ban, was sent off during the first half of Sunday's goalless draw with Southampton at Old Trafford. United are already light in midfield because of long-term injuries to both Donny van de Beek and Christian Eriksen, meaning there has been talk of whether ten Hag could convert Martinez into a makeshift defensive midfielder and fill in for Casemiro. The Argentine has played in the role previously under ten Hag during their time together at Ajax. Although the United boss is unlikely to disrupt Martinez's blossoming centre-back partnership with Rafael Varane, the Argentina international has refused to close the door on ever operating as a midfielder for the Reds. "We have many good midfielders, and like I have always said in many interviews, I will play wherever the coach wants to use me," said Martinez, speaking in Wednesday evening's pre-match press conference in Spain. "I will always be available." Taking a 4-1 lead into Thursday night's second leg, United are strong favourites to progress to the quarter-finals of the competition and maintain their hopes of winning 3 cup competitions this season. They have already scooped the Carabao Cup and are, of course, still alive and kicking in the FA Cup. Whatever happens in both the Europa League and the FA Cup between now and the end of the season, United will have grand ambitions of competing for the Premier League title next season, a challenge that Martinez believes the squad are ready for. The Argentine continued, "For sure, we have really good players. We are Manchester United, and Manchester United demand to win every trophy, so we have to work hard, like we are doing now. For sure, we have to go game by game, we have to believe, and we have to fight for every title." Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag angry over 2 fouls after Alejandro Garnacho setback. Erik ten Hag is unhappy with the challenge that has ruled out Manchester United winger Alejandro Garnacho for a number of weeks. Garnacho sustained an ankle injury in United's goalless draw with Southampton on Sunday after a sliding tackle by Kyle Walker-Peters, and, although he played on for 7 minutes, Garnacho came off in the 91st minute. Ten Hag expressed his frustration a second unpunished foul on a United player had resulted in a significant injury after Christian Eriksen was sidelined after a crude tackle by Reading striker Andy Carroll. Eriksen suffered the injury on January 28 and is out until late April at the earliest. Carroll was not booked for the foul. "I can't say exactly at this moment, but it will take weeks," Ten Hag said of Garnacho's absence. "So it's a serious injury, didn't expect, but a foul. A serious injury. Once again, after Christian Eriksen, we have a serious injury after contact. We have the injuries and we have the red cards, so what is the combination?" Ten Hag sardonically added, "We have had some talks with them, yes, but it's not about the referee, It's about us. We have to bring our performance and we have to focus on that. Of course, it's difficult. He makes great progress. He was selected by the national team. It was a big moment for him. He's in a really good development and you don't want to disturb that process. Now we have to step away from it, but he will be back for the end of the season. So what he now has to deal with it. Deal with the setback and work. Invest to get back before the end of the season, because we can win a lot, so he has to be back ready as soon as possible. When asked if he had spoken to the professional game match officials board, Ten Hag replied, "No. I just comment on some decisions. So it was clear about Casemiro, it was the handball, it was the penalty situation with Rashford, it was the penalty situation with Bruno, it was the foul and bad injury on Garnacho, so there were some decisions you can discuss about. But now it's gone and I look forward to the next game." Erik Ten Hag confirms 2 Manchester United starters versus Real Betis. Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes will start for Manchester United in their Europa League round of 16 second leg against Real Betis. Casemiro will serve a 4-game domestic suspension for his straight red card against Southampton, and he is a booking away from a 1-match ban in the Europa League. Fernandes is also a yellow card away from what would be a suspension for the quarterfinal first leg, should United progress. United have a 4-1 aggregate lead, however. Ten Hag confirmed the pair will line up in Seville on Thursday night. They will play both because it's a very good opponent. Last week we had a good result, but we have to go again, and you need your best players, because we need a result, we need a win, then we need our best team. It's always serious, we will play our best team. Definitely. We have to put up a team that can adapt during the game. We know our opponent can because they are a good team. They have really good players. They have a lot of variations. So we have to be aware of that and we have to be ready to go and battle with them. Facundo Pellistri is in contention for a full United debut with Alejandro Garnacho and Antony both unavailable due to injury and illness. Pellistri, 21, has made 6 substitute appearances, having waited more than 2 years to make his United debut after arriving from Peñarol in a £9 million deal. "We will see tomorrow," Ten Hag added. "We have some options, we have Sancho, we have Elanga, we have Bruno, so we have several options, but Pell is definitely also one and he is doing really well lately when he came on." If United progress to the quarterfinals, they would have 9 games in 28 days in April, and they are certain to enter the month without a number of key players through injury and suspension. "I think we can manage," Ten Hag added. "We have players, they can recover good between games, so we are very careful. I'm in contact with medical performance, so what a player can handle. Also, we have a lot of positions, we are double there, so we can mix it, and when we are going to the final stages of the season we can pick our best team." Erik Ten Hag explains what Manchester United must do to become title challengers. Erik Ten Hag admits he did not expect Manchester United to climb up the Premier League table as quickly as they have this season. "I think we have made good progress, but we have to acknowledge there is still a gap," Ten Hag noted. "I couldn't expect we would close that gap that quickly. But we want to win every game, no matter the opponent. I think all of the games you see until now, we try to win every game. We've beaten all the top teams, so we are capable of doing it, but now we have to make the next step to be more dominant, more consistent, so we have some steps to take. But we know in this time we can do it. You see the competition, and I also heard comments from other players and managers in the Premier League. The Premier League was never that difficult as now. There are so many competitors. It's not a 2-horse race, it's 5, 6, 7 horse race. So you have to be very good if you want to win the league. We are aiming for that, but there are 6 or 7 clubs more. They will invest, they will spend big money, they have great managers and great players. It's a lot of details, but we have beaten all the teams in the Premier League, so we are capable of doing it and we are aware of it. In the club and in the team, we have some steps to go." Ten Hag claimed the defeat of Manchester City on January 14 was the only game all season when he had a fully fit squad to select from. Anthony Martial, who started that day but was forced off at halftime, has not played since, and he will miss his 31st match out of a possible 45 against Real Betis in the Europa League round of 16 second leg on Thursday night. Christian Eriksen is sidelined until late April with an ankle injury. Alejandro Garnacho is out for weeks with an ankle problem. Antony is unwell and Donny van de Beek is out for the remainder of the season. "When you see all season we had some setbacks more," Ten Hag explained. "Also a shortage of some players more. But every time we dealt with it, It's about the players who are available and every time there was a team on the pitch who dealt with it. But until now, only in one game we had the squad available totally where I can say I can pick my team for a tactical approach, and that was perfect, and it was against Man City at home. And it was the only time this season, and every other game it is one player suspended, one injured or illness. Manchester United confirm plans for summer tour to America. Manchester United will travel to the United States for their preseason tour this summer, returning stateside for the first time in 5 years. United have toured America 8 times in the last 20 years, and it is a popular preseason destination for the players, but the club haven't been there since 2018, when Jose Mourinho led a fractious tour that set the tone for a disappointing season that saw him sacked in November. Since then there have been a couple of summers without a tour due to COVID restrictions, while United have twice been to Australia and the Far East, including under Erik ten Hag last season. But United will now head back to the USA for a tour that football director John Murtough believes will offer excellent facilities before the start of the 2023-2024 campaign. This will be our first visit to the US for 5 years, and everyone at the club is looking forward to it, especially the players, who love the high-quality facilities, the welcoming atmosphere and passionate support of our large US fanbase, said Murtough. As well as engaging with our fans, Tour 23 will give Erik and his squad the opportunity to reconnect with each other after the summer break and prepare for the restart of the Premier League. We've worked with the manager and his staff to create training camps with the best sporting facilities available, as well as a mix of competitive opponents to play, ensuring that the whole squad will have the best opportunity to gain fitness and playing time during their time in the US. Tour 2023 will not only see the return of our senior players to training and playing, but there will also be valuable opportunities for up-and-coming talent from our academy to experience life within the first-team environment, and for our US fans to see some potential stars of the future. We know that Manchester United and the Premier League in general are growing in popularity across the US, so we are looking forward to building on this connection this summer. Manchester United takeover bidders to meet club this week as talks enter new phase. Manchester United will this week play host to the two parties bidding to become the new owners of the club. Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani and Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his Ineos Group confirmed their bids for United following the Glazer family announced their intention to sell last year. The next stage of the process will begin this week, with Ratcliffe and his team and representatives of Qatar's Sheikh Jassim attending face-to-face meetings at Old Trafford on Thursday and Friday. The meetings are expected to give both parties the chance to look in more detail at United's finances and future plans. Presentations are being made to prospective bidders on behalf of the club, and it is reported that the focus of these meetings will be to explain why the Glazers' valuation is what it is. United's global fanbase, compared to Chelsea and Liverpool, is apparently being particularly highlighted. Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani has reportedly sought the assistance of Bank of America to determine a final valuation for United, and it's thought representatives from the bank will be among the party joining the Old Trafford meeting on Thursday. Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his team are set to hold their meeting on Friday, following the Europa League tie involving his other club Nice on Thursday evening. Elliott Investment Management have already been at Old Trafford and are a financing option for other bidders, and The Sun also report that another 3 hedge funds, as well as Elliott, are interested in financing a takeover. Ares Management, Oaktree and MSD Partners, who assisted in a takeover at Burnley and have previously loaned Derby County money, are the ones named. Fans, this is the roundup of today's news. Here, you are guaranteed to get the latest news on Manchester United. If you are new here, consider subscribing. Please, share this video to other Manchester United fans. Thank you for watching.